Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up the man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who are competing for the ownership and control of resources, wealth, and power.
Masters table.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
I am a critical thinker, here to bless you with lyrical tinctures. I am the black dot, the point of reference, the metaphysical link to the Moors, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Incas. I am here to remove the blind spots and clear the view of your spiritual blinker. I am something out of nothing. I am the alchemical bringer of change. My name will continue to linger. I am legend. If consciousness was a game, I would be considered a ringer. I am because we are.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
All right, here we are. Peace, peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love, the Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, and I am here with another edition of the Black Business Showcase alongside my lovely co-host, Nicey Girl. What's going on, everybody?
What's good? What's good? Oh, I don't like wearing both. I'm sorry. I can't wear both my ear thingies. It sounds weird to me. I feel like I sound muffled.
Oh, that's like when I'm in the studio. I got to take one off when I'm recording.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I got to take one off so I could, yeah.
But what's good, family?
What's going on? Peace to the family. What's going on, Mama Love? Lamel Prince, peace to the God. I see we got the gods and the earths in the building early. So y'all know what to do as y'all coming up in this thing. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. When you hit the like button, that helps to boost our video into the YouTube algorithm, and it helps to make sure that people who are subscribed to us on YouTube do indeed get the notifications whenever we go live. Also, need you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love, the Godcast. This is the Black Business Showcase. We do this every Wednesday. Well, most Wednesdays around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. This is our weekly broadcast where we bring on entrepreneurs, business owners, inventors, authors, things of that nature, and just chop up good game with them about the different industries that people are involved in. This is our way of supporting our FBA brothers and sisters, non-FBA brothers and sisters too, who are out there doing good business and letting you guys know who's out there that needs to be supported. So if you are a business owner or entrepreneur and you would like to be featured on our channel as well, send us a message. godcastenterprises@gmail.com, or you can slide in either one of our DMs. Let us know what you got going on, and we'll get you guys on the schedule for the Black Business Showcase.
Yep.
Our live on Fridays. Most of the time we don't do a live on Fridays. And the Cash App, the Cash App is down. So they took our Cash App that we had for the Godcast channel. I don't know why, but they kicked us off of Cash App. But you guys, if you want to support, you can use the super chat, or you could send us a Zelle. The Zelle is godcastenterprises@gmail as well. You can send it through Zelle or the super chat. Either way, we appreciate the support. But no, usually we don't. Yeah, Zelle, absolutely. But usually we don't broadcast on Fridays unless it's like a special edition or something like that. Or sometimes, might just have something to say and decide to go live. That could be any time. So that's why it's important to subscribe and click the notification bell on both channels, by the way, because we have the Godcast Enterprises channel, which is the headquarters, but we also broadcast on Sincere Love to God, which is the other channel on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed to us on both channels, following us on all social media platforms.
Right.
Sincere Love to God. She is at Nicety Girl with the #1 on Instagram and without the #1 on Twitter. Well, formerly known as Twitter, now X. So yeah, you guys make sure you do all your due diligence as far as that. Am I forgetting anything, Nicety Girl?
Don't forget that we have a children's book, Seven the Superhero. Volume 1 is out now. You guys can get that at www.godcastbooks.com. Volume 1, Seven's Big Move. And as you guys all know, we are currently working on Volume 2 right now. It's almost complete. Seven's Big Chop. That's coming soon, along with our Boredom Busters activities book. So that's going to be super fun for the little ones. But you guys can always get Volume 1 right now.
And I am dropping the Zelle, if I can learn how to spell, godcast@gmail.com. I'm dropping that in the chat right now for those of you that want to support. All the support is definitely appreciated. And there it goes right there in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. So as I said, man, tonight is another edition of the Black Business Showcase. So as you know, we have another dynamic guest that will be joining us momentarily. And so before we get started with that, let me let you know a little bit about who we're going to be chopping it up with tonight. And that is our sister, Shalom Muhammad, known as My Supreme Purpose on social media. And she is the author of a book called Life After Rape. And I'm not going to be using that word all night long, as y'all know how the YouTube algorithm gets down. They like to suppress when you use certain words like that. Unfortunately, like there's no nuance with the algorithm here. I say it's unfortunate because, based on the topic that we're getting into tonight, I feel like you should be able to speak freely and say what you need to say so that people have the ability to, use these platforms to tell their story, because it's not easy, to talk about that type of trauma that has happened to you in your life. And there are a lot of people out there who have gone through this and don't have an outlet to express themselves and to get the help and the guidance that they need and the inspiration that they need. So when we have people who are brave and willing to come and share their story, they should be able to speak freely in order to be able to, inspire and encourage other people out there that might need the good word. But we know how they get down, and we have to operate within the parameters of the rules that they make up on these platforms. So we're going to be censoring the language a little bit as we go along. But that is the title of the book that she's an author of, and it's about overcoming the difficulties in all relationships. So she is also the CEO of an upcoming non-for-profit organization called My Supreme Purpose, which was founded in 2020, shortly after she suffered a heart attack and a stroke just a few months apart.
Wow.
It was founded to mentally uplift that traumatized little Black girl inside of every woman who has been emotionally scarred by experiencing being essayed, namely raped, breaking her silence after 36 years. She is now embarking on a mission to help other women and now men to find the freedom within to heal as they deserve to do. And so without further ado, family, I would like to introduce to you our esteemed guest for this evening, Miss Shalom Muhammad, my supreme purpose. Welcome to the Godcast, beloved.
Welcome, sis.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Come on, sis, here. I'm right up under you right now. I'm in your presence. Nice tea. Oh, my goodness. Yes, this has been a time coming, but thank God it's here, and it's very much so needed. I appreciate you having me.
We appreciate you coming. We definitely appreciate you coming. Excited, to hear about, the book. It's out now, or is it coming out? I just want to make sure.
Oh, no, dear.
It's out now. We can get this now, y'all.
You can get this now.
I can get my copy now.
Yes, it's out now.
Yeah. And like you said, it's been a long time coming. We've been communicating for a while. Mm-hmm. You was letting me know before the book even dropped. You was letting me know the book is coming. I definitely want to come on the Godcast and share my story with your audience and all of that. And so we've been trying to make this happen for a minute.
Yeah.
But all things in divine order. So we are here now. And so definitely appreciate your presence tonight and glad that you decided to share with us.
Yes. And divine order, as you say, it's all in divine order. Because when I started my journey, it was back in 2020 when we first started this. So my supreme purpose is to save our girls. And it was established, as you said, in 2020 because during COVID, because I realized I too am mentally unstable. I had no idea that the traumas of the past was wreaking such havoc on my life, namely, hence, overcoming the difficulties in all relationships, the subtitle of my book, name of my book, Life After Rape. And because of that incident that happened, or that occurrence that happened, it opened the door for me to experience trauma that I had no idea that I was about to experience. It took the rest of my teens, because I was 17. It took the rest of my teens. It took my 20s. It took my 30s. It took my 40s. It took the beginnings of my 50s. Right. I'm just now realizing I've been unstable.
And so, we like to get into the origin story with our guests to begin off the broadcast. And I definitely want to do that without spoiling too much of the book. I definitely want people to get the book to get the full story. So without going into all the details of, the traumatic experience and all of that, you and I met in 2020 virtually through Brother Ben X's program.
Shout out BWO.
What? Shout out to Brother Ben. He's on his thing right now. Shout out to that brother. He helped me in my mental space. If it wasn't for me on his platform, this book wouldn't exist.
Right. And so that's what exactly, this whole platform wouldn't exist.
Digital real estate. Right, your platform too. Right.
All of this came from there. So definitely big shout out to Brother Ben X. Still doing the good work out here, helping people to discover their purpose and utilize the talents and skills that they have in order to, monetize it, build up their platforms on social media and all that. Like I said, that's how you and I met. That's how I came across you. That's how we came across each other. And so that led us to this moment right here. And so I want you to get into that origin story of how you decided to turn that tragedy into a triumph and figure out a way to be able to, express it and turn it into a book and all the wonderful things that you're doing now. Bring us to the beginning of it.
Oh, yes, the beginning of it. Literally, once in Brother Ben's platform, the digital real estate, I realized that I was mentally unstable, and because he had coaching on his platform, it was perfect for me. Like, okay, so coaching is right here. I know I'm finding out about the mental instability, so let me reach out. And I did. I reached out to Coach Khan.
Okay,
Young
I'm
Con the
ready.
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
Shout out to Young Con the Don. So and I really didn't literally reach out to him initially. I was going through something I was going through as in a traumatic state of mind that I was in at the time. So I was up so very late I couldn't sleep. And I'm on my phone and I could care less about phones and all this digital stuff. But for whatever reason, I'm on my phone because Brother Bennett said, Young Con as well. I did it on my phone. What's that song? I did it all on my phone. So I'm like, let me get on this phone. I have to act like this is real because it is. So I'm on the phone. I'm scrolling through, and Young Con comes up there, and I see Con After Dark. So I stop and I listen, and I'm knowing he's one of the coaches in the BW. I'm like, okay, so let me listen at Coach. Quickly going forward, part of something that he said had me to have us to at some point reach out to, I think it was that very night he communicated with me. Yes, that very night called me and asked me some questions, and part of my response to him was if I ever get over this rape. And I don't know where that came from for me because I was not talking about that at all. Even though I knew it was time to, and I knew I was ready for writing my book, I wasn't talking about that. So how it just flew out of my mouth, only divine timing. And he caught it. And he said, he asked me, what did you say? He had me to repeat myself. And I said, rape. That's all he heard. And he said, Shalon, if you don't get that out of you, you will never be okay. You will never heal. You will never move forward in life. You got to get that out of you. And immediately, it seems I shut down because it's like, how do I talk about this? So some part of me was bringing it a little bit forward, and he had me to go live that night. That traumatized me again, but I got it out. And he said, one main thing which helped me to be okay with doing it is he said, talk to yourself in a voice recorder and just get it out. And then from there, he came up with a title. From there, he started talking me through things that happened. And as I'm talking through things that happened, here comes a title, here comes a title, here comes another title, here comes another title. And when he found out that the part that traumatized me the most was that I was in high school. This was our graduation party. And I had never been to a party. I was such an introvert. I could care less about any of that. And I was already traumatized. So I was all squashed up in myself. I didn't communicate with people really. So I had little interaction in high school. Very, very little. But I knew enough of them that we talked here and there through division, through the halls, through our main class. I'm not sure exactly what that main class is called.
Homeroom.
Yes. So I knew enough of them. And I knew it was 87. I've been there for 4 years. It was time to graduate. So let's just have fun. So that she invited me to one of the Dunbar parties. And she came to pick me up. I accepted because I was excited. So she came to pick me up and she took me to the party. She just didn't make sure I got home. Hence, my book, Life After, and how I handled life. How I handled life after that.
Did you tell anyone right away?
No, I'm just now telling someone right here, right now in 2020.
Wow. Okay.
This happened in 1987.
Oh, wow.
It was time, and I didn't know it, but it was time. And here I am, because once that door opened, I'm like, oh, it's here. I just said something. And then when I said something to someone else, they're like, girl, if you've got to communicate. You know how many women are not talking about this because they're unable to? It's such a silent taboo. They're not talking about it. And I shocked myself with me opening my mouth. So I knew from then on, this was nothing but divine timing, and it needed to be said. And God gave me the strength to get it out of me. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and then going through Brother Ben's program, Young Khan the Don, pulling it out of me, praying, praying, praying. Others in my ear saying, "You can do this. It's time. It needs to be." I've just been giving the strength. And then platforms, as you all are doing, sisters. Saj the Wendy opened up and gave me a platform. People are knowing that this needs to be talked about. And I'm knowing I have to save our girls. There are so many of our girls out here that are experiencing this. And the part that when I say girls, I'm really so focused on the women with the girl inside of her still screaming out for help.
Yeah.
So it's not just a little girl's 10, 11, 13. It's that girl inside that woman who still needs me.
Right. I agree.
And
You
you
know,
also, you also mentioned, no, I'm sorry, but you also mentioned in there that now your program is developing to where you're helping men as well.
My platform has
They're
just
victims
opened
too.
up for men because I realize, and it's not even a realization, it's an actual fact. There are members, there are people that I know that are close and not close, but more so close, males, that this has happened to, that they are struggling with to this day. When I showed a young man my book, the way he responded, he opened up and let me know.
Him
Right.
too.
Yeah,
Him
me too.
too.
Hashtag me too. Like, shut up. And then with me knowing I have family members, people that I know, oh, it's not just women. Men are, and the thing about it is, men are much more silent than we are. They're not going to easily reveal that at all.
Right.
Not at all. And unfortunately, with some men, especially if their perpetrator is female, it's sometimes celebrated, unfortunately, but when it happens by someone of the same sex, meaning another male, that's definitely not something that they want to talk about, because one, it's already embarrassing and you feel shame, even women, when you go through that, because I have to, as a child. But if there's a shame behind it, you start to feel like it's your fault until you actually talk to the right people and understand it had nothing to do with you. So I understand the shame, that comes from the men perspective, especially more so than women. I told right away because I was a kid. I told right away, but as I became an adult, I realized how that situation shaped the decisions that I made in my teenage and into my adult life, and also the relationships that I chose as well in part of my life. So,
That part right there is really big. The relationships I chose.
yeah.
With you saying that, it we're still gonna go back into overcoming the difficulties in our relationship in my life. Yes, the relationships I chose, but it's not also just that. All relationship. Do you know I'm just now building a relationship with my children, because the trauma behind my childhood, on top of what happened with that, the grapes that happened, I was numb. Mind you, I shared that I don't remember the rest of my teens. I don't remember my 20s, 30s, 40s, and that's including me raising my children.
Wow,
I
you
was
blocked it all out.
I blocked it out, and I blocked it out so intensely because not only was I dealing with that incident that happened coming into my 20s, or finishing my teens, coming into my 20s, I'm so broken down and messed up inside that every bit of everyone that's coming into my space knows that I'm imbalanced. And you know what happens when relationships, men know
Right.
that you're not all together, that opens the door for more abuse. I had no idea that I needed to be careful of any and everyone that I allowed into my space after that happened to me.
I
But
wasn't aware till I became an adult that I needed help, or that I was carrying a certain aura on me where people would take advantage, of that. I wasn't aware of that. I understand what you're saying, in your situation, but it took me to become an adult. It took therapy for me to realize that this is why, other people came into your life and tried you in this way because this is what I was carrying. I never, healed from my past. I didn't know, I didn't have the tools either, what I'm saying, to get around, those types of people.
Right. Had no idea. There was no
Yeah.
teaching and training about that, none whatsoever. I was just going about my life. And what makes it worse with me is there was no mother to run to and tell. There was no father to run to and tell. There was no grandmother. There was no one
Nobody
to run to and tell because my mother was on drugs. She was out there in the streets. My father, I don't know where he was, but him and her relationship, I never saw them together ever. So, and then my grandmother, she died when I was about 11. So we were pushed into my great grandmother's space, and she's like, "What? Where
Right.
is your mama?" But we were forced over there, so she was tuned out. So I grew up in a space that was just easily
where you can easily be taken advantage of. Yeah, I only told the childhood stuff. I'm just opening up, about, the things that happen in my teens, and even my, young adulthood. So I only told the first one and everything else I held on to.
wow. Yeah. Oh, we. Yes. But saving
not
my
no more
girl.
though. Not no more. Not no more.
Not no more. Not no more. Because
no more.
what? Me writing my book opened up so much healing for me, even though I was traumatized a few times going through it. Because there was a chapter that I wrote, I was traumatized with that chapter. There's another chapter I wrote, I'm traumatized with that chapter.
Ooh.
So even throughout me writing, I still had some things to deal with because it's still brand new. But yeah, as I'm still healing, and I feel so fabulous, so marvelous because I got so much else. But I had to put in the work. I didn't know I have to put in the work. I should have done it then. I should have said something, but that's neither here nor there. I didn't, but finding out now, I took course after course. I took class. Brother Ben, I'm going to go back to that platform. That platform, his that spiritual platform. I needed all type of spirituality. I didn't get it from relationships. No spiritual, no mental, no emotion, no type of communication or any type of assistance that I receive or comfort or any of that I receive in relationships. So finding out that I have to go inside of me and mentally focus on my healing because it's not going to come from the outside.
All right. So, now, do you feel like you may have gone through that? Because sometimes I feel like that I went through certain things because now I'm put in a place, I'm always put in positions where I'm always helping someone else get through something, some type of trauma. I'm like, did I go through this because God, you want me to speak with or help heal this other person? Do you feel like that's something that God is trying to get you to do, is help heal, men and women, as you say?
The part of that divine purpose.
That divine purpose, yeah.
This is exactly what my supreme purpose is for. This is why she came about, because I love talking to people. I have family members, I have sisters, I have cousins that I have my aunts that I have talked to. We sit and have such comforting conversations. And when we finish, we're like, why didn't we record this? Because we have conversations that we heal one another. Mm-hmm. The level of conversation and the level of the healing that we receive through that let me know I've got to go out here and really get my sisters, my people, my women. I have to get them because I have the ability to have conversations like this. And my conversations flow from the heart because I've experienced it. So I know what it's like, and I know what it's like to feel like you cannot share with someone because I know what that's like on the other side. I shared that with someone, and This individual had the nerve to ask me, "What did you have on?"
Wow.
What? Of all questions, that's the one you would choose to ask me, especially when this member knows that I've been such a mild mannered girl all of my life. I was scared to death. So I was inside of myself. I don't want to communicate with really no one. And I didn't. And I didn't want to show any part of my body. That wasn't me. So when it literally talked about that before, how so modest we are. So when she asked that question, I was taken aback. I'm like, how dare you? You know that that's not me. So why would you ask me that?
But even if it is, even if you had a low cut shirt on and showing some leg or something like that, that doesn't give anyone the right to violate anyone. So it never should matter what a person has on. At the end of the day, you were the victim. Someone victimized you. And that's all, enough said. Where's that person's self-control? Again, if you did have, some leg out, some cleavage out, where's that person's self-control?
Right.
But I came to realize through me writing my book, and as I'm recalling these things, recalling that day as much as possible, and then days afterwards, every part of my being was telling me that this was a setup. And that's yeah, because I was so to myself, and because I didn't interact with and do everything everyone was doing, was I a target? And then I was in a relationship at the time, even though I was young, because that's what our parents did. Parents, great grandparents, back then in slavery time, 17, 18, even younger. My aunt was signed off and married off at 16. That's what they did. They got married, and some of them still together 70, 80, 90 years. That's what we did back then. This new stuff with relationship nowadays, no. So back then I was comfortable. I got a ride to school every day. I was living comfortable with regard to me not looking for any type of relationship, any involvement with a man, because mine was caring for me very well. I got taken to school, picked up from school. I ate every day good. I hung out here and there. So I was okay. So I didn't pay attention to any of them in school. I'm thinking thinking now, I wonder, did that have a factor in this? It's like, how dare you? Because I'm thankful to God that He fashioned me and my body in a way that's pleasing. I enjoy looking at myself. Quiet as it's so I know what I would look like out and about. So I'm thinking like, so because you couldn't get a hold of me because I wasn't interested,
right?
Did you just take it upon yourself to all scheme together? Because it was a gang rape.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
It was the party. I remember, as horrible as it sounds, I remember seeing faces. But the worst part is somebody, one day, I'm believing wholeheartedly, is going to come out and say, I remember that day. Somebody knows something. I definitely know the people who did this know something. And I know she knows something because she was there. She took me there.
Right.
So somebody one day is going to say something. But yeah, that.
Well, let me ask you this. I got a couple of things I want to say to you though. So before I ask you this, first of all, I want to say this, because you have, I don't know if you could sing, but you have a beautiful speaking voice, very enchanting. So I'm hoping that there's an audio version of the book in your own voice. I hope if that's not already in the making, I hope
it's in the making, sir. And it's amazing that you make mention of that. So thank you. It is in the making. It is.
Okay, good. That's going to be perfect. But listening to both, I kind of want both of y'all to respond to this too, because both of y'all got kind of different stories. I know, Nicely, you were much younger, but both of you took some time before you came forward to speak to anyone about it. And so, in this era, with the Me Too movement and stuff like that, a lot of us, including myself, are critical of a lot of women that wait years and years, decades to come out with these accusations, particularly against, a lot of the celebrities and stuff like that. A lot of us are critical of that, and we kind of question um, the sincerity behind it sometimes. So I want to get your thoughts on, when women wait that much time before they make these accusations, and should we just believe all women automatically, or what are your thoughts on that?
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Let her go first.
Okay, so thank you for that question. That's a beautiful question. That's a good question, because with this, it brings me immediately to what's going on with P. Diddy in the airways now. And it takes me all the way back to two instances. That one, and then another instance where I believe a lady made that accusation and come to find out that it wasn't real. So I have two feelings behind that. One, it's sickening for any woman, and I'll include male now because he's out here, to make an accusation, a false accusation like that, because for the ones who it literally did happen to,
right?
How dare you do that? Mm-hmm. Because there's a feeling behind that women who have experienced that will never ever release. Right. Except for with the help of God. And I can't even say with the help of God, because it's always going to be in her mind. The fear, she can easily bring up that fear in her thoughts again. So, and there's a serious fear behind an incident like that. So for someone to make a false accusation, the words that I want to use are just not appropriate for this platform.
But there should be some type of consequence, in my opinion. There should be some type of consequence for that, because, like you said,
agreed,
it minimizes the trauma that some real women had to experience, and makes people more skeptical. You know what I'm saying? Yes. To believe certain things, and so the women that have gone through things are even less likely to come forward in that type of climate. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, for those kind of reasons. And it took me so long because the fear, the embarrassment, the shame, and the out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
That's pretty real, because I had to move on with my life. I had to carry on, even though I didn't know that I was just moving on like it didn't happen. Even though, yeah, I was, but no, for someone to do that it's painful enough to have to go through it, and then for someone to discredit it is another devastation. So,
yeah, I agree. I can only encourage people, to say something. Again, when it happened to me as a child, this day that it happened, because my mom wasn't home. As soon as she walked in the door, I told. And I told because my mom had already had those conversations with me as a little girl. No one is supposed to touch you, in certain areas. And although this person made it into a game, I knew that it was wrong. Even when I told my mom, I wasn't crying or anything like that. I just sat down and told her, And so, immediately there was consequences for this individual. Immediately, from my mom, calling the police, my father, my uncles, everyone got involved. However, this that situation, I realized that even, as I got to say preteen-ish, maybe, I don't know if it was preteen, whatever. Well, how old are you in like fifth grade?
Fifth grade.
Fifth.
So around that age, neighbors, sons and stuff like that, close family friends, started to try things or whatever, and I never told. But I do think that One, because it was a game, and I felt like, well, we're all kids, and maybe there was something that I did to contribute to it. I understand that not to be true now, but anything that happened after that, I never told because a part of me blamed myself for a long time. I thought that it was something that I wore. I was always told that I was a pretty girl. I was always a girly girl. I've never had a tomboy stage in my life. So I've always felt like I contributed to some of it. So I never said anything because I always blame myself for what other people did. So I say that to say anybody that has experienced that in real life should report it. Anyone who makes an accusation of someone because they're upset, because they're trying to hurt that person, there should be consequences. I feel like there should be jail time. I'm sorry, not just a slap on the wrist or a verbal, saying something to them. I really think that there should be jail consequences and maybe financial as well. They should pay some type of restitution,
Something.
because the stigma of that, especially to a man, even if it's a lie, even if they come out and say that it's a lie, before a million people, someone in there is going to believe that, oh, well, she was telling the truth. She must still want to be with him, but he did it. He's never going to get over that stigma,
Right.
ever.
Ever.
Right.
So
That's what happened. Brother Nate Parker.
Right.
He was falsely accused. He went to court, acquitted of all the charges and everything. And years later, that still came back to haunt him when he was trying to do his movie.
The Nat Turner movie.
Nat
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree. I agree with y'all. There's definitely be some type of consequences when females do things like that. So what was your process for writing the book? Did you sit down with a pen and write, or did you speak and have it annotated? Annotated. What was your process to get the book completed?
I first had to talk to myself with affirmations every day. I had to start building myself up from basically letting myself know, as Nicey was saying, it's not my fault. I was not responsible for that happening, and I just had to keep telling myself I am worthy of healing. I am gonna get better. I am not what happened to me. So I had to keep on with that. Then I started taking courses. One of the courses that I took when the minister brought Dianetics to us and auditing, I started to remember I need that. And then I started taking the courses. The very first course I took in Dianetics was overcoming the ups and downs in life. That course right there, the main part of that course was paying attention to individuals that squash you. And squash meaning degrading you, bringing you down, making you feel like you're less than you are, not motivating you in any type of emotional way, no mental stability, no support in any kind of way, just bashing. I had to realize that, whoa, I've allowed this type of people in my space, and it all goes back to me not just being my complete self. So I had to focus on completely healing myself so that I don't allow certain kinds of people in my space, because that incident happening to me already was responsible for me squashing myself and going into a shell and not communicating with anyone, because I immediately did not like the female. I'm just now recovering from even wanting to communicate with another woman because I didn't trust them none, because I already came up traumatized in a household with women that didn't care for me and didn't like me, sisters that we didn't jail because we were pitted one against the other by the family members that we lived with. So we didn't have a healthy relationship at all because of that happening to us. Then what happened in high school, it's like this girl has the nerve to take me somewhere but not make sure I get home. So she damaged any type of feelings I had towards women. So I had to start loving myself because I hated all the female, any aspect of the female. And I definitely didn't love myself because I was never taught how to. And then with everything that had happened to me and me blaming myself, I wasn't loving myself. So I had to start healing my mind quickly so that I can snap out of the numbness because I was in serious numb mode. I wasn't caring for myself, much of none. I was on robot mode. I just did what I was supposed to do. Anything outside of that, no. I just did what I knew I needed to do to survive. So I was in survival mode. So yeah, I took courses. I started talking to myself literally because I found out that there's nothing wrong with that. I had to start. Yeah, I didn't know that. When people, you grow up around people who say you talk to yourself, you crazy. You know
crazy.
You're right. So I wasn't talking to myself, and if I was, I wasn't letting anybody know it. So I started really talking to myself, and I found it comforting to sit and talk with myself because I was able to talk to myself in ways that I had never been talked to. Started hearing things I had never heard before. I started loving on myself. And then then at that time, just as I'm putting all this energy into loving on myself, the universe is bringing people in my space that are loving on me and that are teaching me more about how to heal, more about how to love myself. So I was opening up my space and opening up the universe to bring everything that I needed for my healing journey.
Awesome.
And that's where I am now. Really, really.
How did the situation itself and this journey shape you as a mom? Because I know for me, I was overprotective over both my kids. My kids are 10 years apart, by the way. But I was overprotective over both of them. They've never been to a sleepover ever in their lives, up until they got adults. And well, my son is a legal adult, but no sleepovers. But I became super protective over my kids because I didn't trust anyone. I don't know what these parents do. I don't know who's at their house. So they can come over and play, or you guys can go to the park or whatever, hang out, but you're never spending the night at anyone's house. So I was like one of
FBA
those.
culture anyway.
You know what? But my mindset, sincere, honestly, was, what if someone does something to my children and I'm not there? Like, that was my main reason I would never let them go. Even with family, to be honest, I wanted them with me.
I understand.
That's an actual fact, especially with family, because I had it happened in my family. So there was my children have never spent the night out anywhere. That was that was against the law.
The law, yeah.
My law. They can never, and they're adults. They don't as adults. Bad. No.
Why can't I go? My friend's mom let me spend the night at our house, and I'm like, well, I know me though. I know I would cover them as if they're mine. You know what I'm saying? I would never let anyone harm them, nor would I harm them. I knew how I was. I've always been protective over children, but I could never allow myself to think someone would do the same for mine. So I just, was like overprotective and overbearing over my kids.
That's where Save My Girls comes from. Because I know there are girls that don't have mothers that are like you and I, and others that are like us. I have to get to our girls. I'm so on a mission to get to our girls. So I'm creating a platform so that I can let them know that you're safe here with me.
That's the nonprofit, right?
That's the nonprofit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
And Nicely, let me know if you got it. I know you said somebody's flying in, so if you got to bounce, I can finish this up.
Yeah. I have to leave like 15 minutes. That's it.
Okay. All right, we good. But go ahead, talk about the nonprofit, beloved.
Okay, so my supreme purpose is to save our girls. And I want to let them know is to save the girls who have been traumatized in their childhood, because that's another thing that I found out. I had no idea outside of the incident that happened. Well before that, I'm living in a household, in a lifestyle that's so traumatizing that it would carry me all the way into my adulthood outside of that incident. So I want our girls want to know to know the signs, to be
Mm-hmm.
careful of the relationships that you have. Everyone is not a friend, because my friend took me
Mm-hmm.
to the party.
And
My
left you.
friend didn't take me home. So my friend didn't call me the next day to see if I even made it home. I have
Wow. Oh
not
yeah, that was
talked
a
to my
setup.
friend since that day, and I've seen her. And when I first saw her after maybe 25 years, because it was a 25-year reunion, she
Wow.
acted as though she had seen a ghost. And I
Guilt.
believe that's because guilty.
Mm.
Guilt.
Guilty.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't want
try to
another
tell
girl.
mine. I'm your friend. That's what I tell my kids. I'm your
I'm
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 your
your friend.
friend, I'm your friend. Yeah, it's hard, as a mom, especially when you've gone through certain traumas and stuff like that. It's the hardest thing is letting go. My oldest is 29, and I still have to know where she is. I'll still call, like I almost stalked the girl, on that Find Me app, where you at, like, and she's 29, but I still have this thing where I just
Up
need to
there.
know she's okay.
Right. So let me
Yes.
show you all the website.
Yes.
Because the book is available. You guys could go to My Life After,
I'm
the title
getting
of the book.com, the title of the book.com, and it's also on Amazon, right?
It is on Amazon, and it's the title of the book, but it's okay. So there are two parts. The title of the book, yes, My Life After, but also put the word my life after, and go and get your freebie. I'm giving away the free introduction and the foreword as well, to peek a little bit and give a little bit more insight of why I wrote the book. And
Okay.
that's free for you. But yeah, lifeafter.com is to get the actual book,
actual book.
paperback or the ebook.
I want the paperback. I like old school paperbacks.
Yeah.
I like to hold my book in my hand.
So many people said that.
And I love the cover. What's the
Thank
significance
you.
of using the dove? I'm sure there's something behind that.
Oh, the peacefulness, the serenity, the comfort, the flying free, the just the oh the just the dove. When I hear the word dove, it's a softness, it's a delicate bird. So the delicate, the how it is such a delicate environment for any woman, for any girl, for any individual that have experienced this happening in their lives. Very, very delicate time. They have to be handled carefully, especially.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, especially when it's time to reveal. That's probably me holding my hands there. So yeah, the such a delicate bird, such a delicate time, such a delicate environment when it's time to release and let go and live freely. The freedom of that delicate bird.
Love
Right.
that.
And so once again, family, the book is available on Amazon, but you can also go straight to her website. The name of the book, My Life After Grape.com, and place your orders today. I know how you say that?
I'm on the
Bad
white website.
Bat that's non-fat. I think that's your name. Bat that's non-fat said just ordered, can't wait. So appreciate the support. Everybody that's tapping in with us. If you guys are just now tuning in, we are talking with our sister Shalom Muhammad, My Supreme Purpose, about her new book and her journey, going through the trauma that she had to go through to get to this point, to be able to share her story with us all. So you guys want to go out and get the book today. Um,
I just ordered the book.
Oh, bless your heart. And
I
thank you,
just
dear.
ordered the book. I
Thank you
know
for your
that.
support.
You're welcome. I know I'm going to definitely get something from it, because anytime I have conversations with other people, it's still, after going through something like that, you're constantly healing. It's a constant thing. Every day, you're healing. Every day you're getting better. Every day you're making it a mission, to not go back to a dark place, never to let anyone harm you or anyone that you love, so every day is about, healing for me, especially. So I'm excited to get this book and get all that I can from it. And I recommend that anyone, who has experienced trauma or who has not, maybe someone that in your family or a close friend that have, give them this book. You never know what something like this can do to the next person, and then they can turn around and do the same thing. They can write their story, do their audio book, because everybody's story is different as well. Not every story is the same. Every situation is literally different. When we have these conversations, although you're all, SA is in a different way. The way the perpetrators, get to you, especially in your youth, the stories are different, so we can have these tough conversations, but also help heal one another, because the healing is the main thing.
Absolutely. And people are ordering the book already, showing love already.
Thank you so much for your support.
Absolutely. And I haven't forgot that you supported us when we first came out with our album. I think it was The Spear and the Shield. We first dropped the album. You bought the T-shirt and everything. So
yes, I did. Yes, I did. I love that red shirt. I love that red T-shirt. Yes, sir.
That reciprocity. You know what I mean?
Right.
When did you become Muslim? By the way, when did you get with the Nation of Islam?
I came into the ranks in May, because I was registered in June, but May of 1994.
Oh, wow.
So yes, and once I walked through those doors and found out the truth of that, truth is the boss in that place.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of the truth, we are not allowed to say anything other than, what am I looking at? Yes, ma'am. I see that. Yes, ma'am. So yes, I'm so grateful to God. And I didn't even believe the individual who was bringing the information to me, because it was a man. And when men come up to you wanting to spit their game, it's like, look, I don't want to hear it. Here go another one. He wasn't all that appealing to begin with. So what do you want? Right. So I'm listening to him, and he was talking something different, talking about a place for blacks only. And I'm like, only? And then when he said there's a class for women only, and I wanted women in my space and sisters. I want to bond, but I was so scared. But when I found out the place, it was just women. So let me go find out this for myself, because I never heard Farrakhan, ever heard that name. Never heard Honorable Elijah Muhammad's name, as crazy as that sounds. Never heard their name.
And where are you from? Where are you from again?
Right here in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
And then when my mother found out that I was involved with Muslims, she's like, oh, baby, I'm so glad you're safe now, because my mother's mentally sick. But she wasn't sick enough to know that she was happy for where I was.
Wow,
so when he started telling me that, I'm like, let me go find out for myself. I went and found out for myself, and I've been there ever since, because it was sure enough the truth.
Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
I was safe from the world, from the woes of the world, from the ways of the world, from the streets. That's my safe haven. For women, we go through so much. And don't know a lot. I didn't have my mother. I didn't know a lot at all. She didn't teach me anything. No thing. So to go in there and find out what I learned, how to sew, how to cook, how to take care of my husbands, how to act. Etiquette. We're in etiquette class now. Do you know how good it feels to tap into my femininity in etiquette class? What?
Say that.
What? I love learning about myself as a woman. And in that place, we are uplifted to the highest degree. I've never been so uplifted as a woman. But I will never leave that place. That is my heaven forever.
Much respect.
I love it. So
Mama
when I
Love
was mean to one of them people.
Let me go ahead and show the book again, because Mama Love saying show the book again. This is the book, y'all.
And thank you, Mama, for loving it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And y'all that are just joining us, make sure that y'all are hitting the like button as y'all come on up in here. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you could be reminded whenever we go live with new episodes of Sincere Love the Godcast. You are watching the Black Business Showcase. We do this on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, where we bring on business owners, entrepreneurs, and chop up game just like y'all see us doing here tonight. So y'all definitely want to stay tuned in with us for that. And also on Sundays, we have our regular broadcast where we cover current events and talk about other issues that are important to what's going on in Black society. So that's what we do here on Sincere Love the Godcast. Appreciate all y'all tuning in tonight. So as we begin to wind things down, I'm gonna let Nicey do the honors.
Oh, have you looked at any of our shows? Have you looked at any of our past broadcasts?
Past broadcasts. It was one broadcast that I don't remember the name of it because that's another thing I'm trying. I'm working with my
I
sales.
just wanted to see if you knew our ending questions. That's all. That was a test. That was a test.
It might not have been a Black Business Showcase. You might have seen a regular broadcast.
Yeah, okay. That was just a test, so she hasn't. So I can ask.
Yes, you can ask.
What does freedom and power mean to you?
Ooh, freedom and power. Peace of mind. Stability.
Wow. Okay.
Love. Tolerance. Understanding. Patience. Unity. Just the coming together as one, loving, just loving outside of the trauma that we already know that's gonna come in our lives. Let's learn how to overcome our emotions, how to overcome any emotional imbalance. Strengthen your emotions. When we learn to strengthen our emotions, we can handle so much in life. Brush that off your shoulders and keep it moving, because we're going to have difficulties every single aspect of our life. Fight through it and keep on standing up, because you can make it through it. Just push through.
I don't think I heard anyone answer that question like that, but that was beautiful.
That was
definition for freedom and power. I love it. And so before we conclude this thing, I gotta put you on the spot. I gotta put you on the
Summer Jam screen
right here. And so right now, you have the microphone. The entire Black community is listening. What parting words would you like to leave us with tonight?
Oh, Black unity, the relationships of us as Black men and women, we must strengthen. We must highlight and secure one another. Black man, there is absolutely nothing that a woman in her right mind, in her mental stable mindset, will not do for you, herself, and the family. If you just allow her to. Mental instability does not have to be and succumb to us all. Once we realize that we've been traumatized, and a lot of us are coming to realize this now, which is beautiful. Mental health is in the forefront now more than ever. Grasp that. Don't feel like I'm not one who needs to change. Nothing's wrong with me. Yes, it is. You could be the best that you could think that you are. Some part of your life needs healing. Be okay to change, because once we change ourselves, we only make it better for the rest of us, ourselves, our families, our loved ones. Heal yourself. Like they say, each one teach one, each one heal one. Heal yourself and then help heal the next one. But we can do it. We can do this, you all. We can do it. Love on one another and stop traumatizing one another. Find out that you are traumatized and go heal, so that you don't pass your trauma to anyone else.
Thank
That's a shirt. Each one heal one. That's a shirt. I don't know what the design looks like, but I think you need to add that to your website. Each one heal one. That's a shirt. That's a shirt. I don't know.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate those words, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was one for the book. This was a good one, man. Definitely
it was.
appreciate your energy tonight. You sharing the story with us. I know a lot of people are gonna be moved by it. Like I said, people in the chat are already ordering the book and stuff like that. So definitely your testimony is needed. You know, so keep doing what you do, keep sharing, keep spreading the good gospel. And yeah, if you ever need to come back, because I know you're gonna be doing more things, you family now. So this is
Yep.
the Godcast. You're welcome anytime. Just reach out to us,
Anytime.
and you know we'll make it happen.
Oh, that's music to my ears because I will be returning. This is just the beginning. Me just now getting that out of my system.
Right.
Now it's really time for me to write. So I'll be back.
Uh-oh. All right.
I'll be
The
back.
door's open. The door is always open.
I
I
love
appreciate
it.
you. Appreciate your story. I'm excited about the book. If you ever need to talk to anyone, I'm always a listening ear. I'm your sister now. We family. So definitely reach out. If I need to say something, because sometimes, you just need them moments. I hope that the invitation is open for me to call
Come
as
on,
well.
come on. I told you it's a
Definitely.
safe space.
It's a safe space, and I feel that. That's why I said what I said. So definitely, if you ever need, someone to talk to, a digital hug, because I'm in California, but I can definitely hug you through the phone. Let me know.
Will do. Will do. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much, Nice Tea. Sincere brother,
Yes,
my brother. Mwah. Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you.
and thank you all, family, for tuning in with us, rocking with us tonight. This has been another edition of the Black Business Showcase right here on Sincere Love the Godcast. Again, I want to remind you all to make sure that you like, share, subscribe to both channels. We got the Godcast Enterprises channel here on YouTube, as well as Sincere Love the God channel on YouTube. And let everybody know where to follow you at, and remind everybody how they can order the book again.
Okay, sure thing. I am on IG as My Supreme Purpose. I am on Facebook as My Supreme Purpose. I am on TikTok as My Supreme. Yes, I am on all your social media platforms as My Supreme Purpose. And you can get my book at www.lifeafterrape.com. Freebie, the introduction and the foreword. If you want that first, that's my lifeafterrape.com. That's where you can find my book. I'm also on Amazon as well. But Amazon, they got some issues over there that didn't sit too well.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, I thought it was just us. Okay, because I was about to say we trying to get our stuff on.
Amazon, they got some issues that they're gonna make me go off. So I put up my own platform, Brother Ben
Right.
X's platform, Drea. I'm in Drea. On Drea, you can do all of that and some. So yeah, check out Brother Ben's platform, www.drea.
And so wait, so are you an affiliate with the
I am an
program?
affiliate.
Okay, yeah. So shout that out for sure. Let people know if they want to join the program.
Yes.
I know you got your own link or
Boy,
something like that. How
I absolutely do, and that's in my link tree. The link to that, because that brother,
Okay.
if it wasn't for that platform, my book would not be here. So www.drewebinar.com, drewebinar.com, and there's a wealth of information. There's a whole platform there that's for new entrepreneurs, ones that have a business that want to take their business to another level, or ones that just want to start a business. If you don't have a business, you can go to, and Brother Ben, and he's doing one-on-ones. He's not just a webinar, he's doing one-on-ones now. So he's never done that one. So you get free webinar. Again, www.DRE, which stands for Digital Real Estate, webinar.com, and schedule your one-on-one with Brother Ben X. That platform there will get you right. It has me my ebook, my paperback book, and now my audio book, all from that platform.
All from that
and
platform.
More to come.
And if you're tuning in, the only reason why you're tuning into this broadcast right now or watching this replay right now is because I have the program with Brother Ben X, and he gave us the game. So if you guys are interested in finding your purpose, developing a product or a service based on your purpose, Go to our sister's Instagram and her link tree, My Supreme Purpose on Instagram. Click on the link tree and join through her link so she could get that kickback from that affiliate program. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
and so,
right.
Again, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, family.
Yes.
That does it for today's episode of the Black Business Showcase on Sincere Love the Godcast. We will see you all on Sunday with our regular broadcast. And always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.